Hello students, today we will learn about GDP and welfare. So let's proceed. Now what is GDP? As we all know, GDP or gross domestic product is the monetary value of all final goods and services produced within a country during a specific period. We are calculating here 1 year. Okay. Now, what is welfare? Social effort designed to promote the basic physical and material well-being of people in need. So, welfare means which is good for the people. So, now students, we know what is GDP, we know what is welfare. Now, we are going to know about the relation between these two. GDP and welfare. Can GDP a measure of welfare? That is the question. So always GDP helpful for ourselves. And what is the relation between GDP and welfare? Increase in GDP means increase in income of a nation, but the greater the magnitude of GDP, greater is the level of welfare. Due to some serious limitation, GDP failed to serve as an adequate index of welfare. The capacity to purchase goods and services from the market depends on the income of a person. Clear? And the use of goods and services provides satisfaction, which in turn improves the level of material well-being. Thus, the level of income become the basis of well-being for a person. So, if your income is higher, so well-being also increases. So, increase in GDP always increase the income of a person. That is the questions. We know that GDP measures the value of goods and services produced in a domestic territory of a country in a particular year. Okay. GDP is again distributed among the factors of production as incomes. Okay. And these goods and services satisfy our wants. Since goods and services satisfy the wants of the people, GDP has often been used as a measure of satisfaction or welfare of the people of a country. The greater the magnitude of GDP, the greater is the level of welfare. But in recent years, a number of questions are being raised about the validity of GDP as a measure and index of welfare. Due to some serious limitation, the GDP failed to serve as an adequate index of welfare. The major limitation for deficiencies are as follows. Students learn this chapter very well every year. From this chapter, one question always comes. So, be careful about it. This chapter is very easy chapter. So, learn this chapter very well that you can answer the question in the board exam. The major limitations are as follows. Distribution of GDP, non-monetary exchange, externalities, composition of GDP, exchange in price. Now, distribution of GDP. So that is the question. After 1990, when new economic policy introduced, after that our GDP growth rate increasing. Okay, now our rank in the world, according to the nominal GDP in the world, we are, according to the 2019 data, we rank, according to the nominal GDP, fifth rank. We are in fifth rank, 2019 data. But if we consider GDP, 2019 data nominal GDP for per capita income ranking, our rank is 139. Okay, so inequality is there. Equal distribution of wealth is, we cannot see here. Our GDP is increasing, but our each and every person's income is not increasing. Some peoples, they are enjoying a huge amount of money, and for that reason maximum part of the Indian population are suffering of money. So distribution of GDP, if with the increase in GDP and per capita GDP, the rich are getting richer and the poor are becoming poorer, then this growth in GDP cannot said to promote welfare. Okay, GDP is increasing, but we can see the rich are getting richer and poor are becoming poorer. Then GDP is the welfare for our economy. GDP is not promoting the welfare for our economy. Okay. Therefore, mere increase in GDP cannot be regarded as a good index of welfare unless it is accompanied by the equitable distribution of income. Non-monetary exchange. We know the economic activity and non-economic activity. So, economic activity we consider in the GDP, but we cannot consider the non-economic activity. So here, non-monetary exchange means non-economic activity. Economic activities that are not marketed and are not evaluated in the monetary terms are called non-market transaction or non-monetary exchange. For example, service rendered by housewife to the family members, we cannot include in our GDP, but they also produce something and they also provide the welfare of the GDP also. In our home, we are doing for ourselves also. We are gardening, we are cooking for ourselves, we are gardening, in kitchen gardening over there, we are doing that. Teachers are teaching their children, they are also, they provide the services. Doctors are giving treatment for their family, they are also, they provide the services. Okay, so they are all produce the goods and services, but we cannot calculate it in our GDP. So this is not welfare for the GDP. If we calculate it in our GDP, our GDP will increase. And informal sector services we cannot calculate it. Our rural sector, maximum sectors are informal sector. They are also produce lot of goods and services, but we cannot include in our GDP. Clear? And the barter system exchange. Giving some good in the rural sector, maximum it happen in rural sector. To give some food, we are getting some food. Okay. So this barter system also we can see in our economy, but we cannot calculate it in our GDP. So all these things we cannot include in our GDP, but they also provide goods and services. They also gives the welfare of the economy. Here welfare is there, but GDP is not there. Clear, students? Now externalities. So before going to the explanation of the point, first we should know what is externalities. Externalities refers to harmful effect or beneficial effects that the production enterprises have and the members of the society for which they are not punished or paid. They are harmful for our society, but the persons are or the companies are or the factories are not punished. Clear? And they are not. If we are getting some positive values from the society, we cannot pay it for that. So that part we cannot include in the GDP. So here is two type of externalities are there. One is positive externalities, another one is negative externalities. What is positive externalities? Positive externalities are those externalities which is beneficial effects, which helpful for the society. That is positive externalities. And which is negative externalities? Which is harmful effect, which has the harmful effect for our society. So that is negative externalities. So we cannot include externalities in our GDP. So here I am explaining the positive and negative externalities. These two are the positive externalities. We are using the public part. Okay, this is good for our health, but we cannot pay anything for it. So monetary value is not there. So this part we cannot include in our GDP. Okay, this is called positive externalities. And tree plantation. These children are planting the trees, but they cannot get any money for it. For welfare of our society, they are doing this. Clear? So these two are the positive externalities. These two helpful, beneficial for our society, but we cannot pay for this. But for that reason, we cannot include in our GDP also. Here, this is a factory. They are producing air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, lot of pollution from the factory we are getting. So this is the example of negative externalities. This part we cannot deduct from the GDP. Okay, they are not paying anything for this. And look at this person. This person is smoking. This is not he not only harm his health, he also harm the others people health. They are not doing anything. They are not smoking, but this is harmful for them also. But he cannot pay anything for it. So this is a negative externalities, example of negative externalities. So these are the two example of negative externalities. Composition of GDP. GDP is also not a true measure of welfare if it does not consider the composition of output. If the output in the country consists of a large quantity of war goods, if a country use a huge amount of money for buying the war goods, then even with the high level of GDP, the well-being of the people may be very low. The country total GDP is very high, but buying a huge amount of war goods cannot always not gives the well-being of the people of the country. Okay, cannot provide a huge level of well-being of the people. So this is similarly the well-being of the people also depend upon the relative proportion of wage goods and luxurious in the composition of output. That means wage goods means consumption goods which we are consuming. Consumption goods is for well-being of the people, but luxury goods is not too much helpful for the well-being of the people. Okay, so we should increase the expenditure on consumption goods, on consumption goods. Net Next one is change in price. Change in price. An increase in GDP may also be caused due to inflation. In the price level is increased, the GDP will be estimated at higher value without any proportionate increase in output in terms of foods and services, which will not be a true index of welfare. Bye students, that's all for today. Now complete the worksheet. Explain the meaning of non-monetary exchange with help of an example. I explain it. You can explain this one. Define externalities. Give example of positive and negative externalities and its impact on welfare of the people. You can explain this one also. Can GDP a measure of welfare? So write this question answer also. Bye students. That's all for today. Complete this worksheet and submit me within next day. This is all about today's lesson. If you have any query, you can call me 890-2195-104. My name is Mo Shorkar. Again, I am telling you 890-2195-104. Bye.